The luxury hotel in downtown Manhattan was abuzz with quiet prestige. Polished marble floors gleamed, chandeliers sparkled, and the scent of imported lilies floated through the air. Among its many guests and residents was 22-year-old Chase Langford, the only son of real estate tycoon Martin Langford. Handsome, reckless, and drunk on privilege, Chase had lived a life of excess, using his last name like a key to open any door he wanted. That morning, he stormed into the lobby, sunglasses perched arrogantly on his head, designer sneakers squeaking with impatience. He had just come from an all-night party and was looking for someone, anyone, to vent his mood on. Near the far corner of the lobby, a woman in a hotel cleaning uniform was quietly mopping the floor. Her back was straight, her movements careful. She looked to be in her early 50s, her dark hair tied into a bun streaked with gray, and her expression calm, detached. Chase narrowed his eyes. "Hey, you missed a spot," he barked, pointing to a perfectly clean section of tile. "Are you blind or just lazy?" The woman paused, looked up at him with unreadable eyes, and gave a small nod before returning to her task. Something about her calm demeanor irritated him. He stepped forward and deliberately spilled the iced coffee in his hand, watching it splatter across the marble. "Oops. Guess you've got another mess to clean, maid." Several guests nearby turned to look. One man whispered something to his wife, who frowned. Still, the woman didn't react. She simply wiped the mess with slow, steady strokes. "Thank you," she said quietly, her voice firm. "Don't thank me. Just do your job," Chase sneered, then laughed and strutted toward the elevators. A few hours later, in the Langford Group's top-floor conference room, Chase walked in for a board meeting his father had insisted he attend. The room was filled with senior executives, lawyers, investors, and in one of the chairs at the head of the table sat the very woman he had humiliated that morning, now dressed in an elegant navy blue suit, her hair neatly pinned, a diamond brooch glinting on her lapel. Chase stopped mid-step, confused. Martin Langford stood and gestured to her. "Chase, let me introduce you properly. This is Ms. Elena Rosario. She's the founder and CEO of Rosario Holdings, the international investor who now owns 40% of Langford Group." Chase's mouth opened, but no sound came. Elena stood up, calm as ever. "Mr. Langford," she nodded to Chase's father, then turned to the stunned young man. "And your son and I, already met." Briefly. A few nervous chuckles rippled through the room. Chase's face turned crimson. His father looked at him with stone-cold disappointment. Elena walked toward Chase and extended her hand with quiet strength. People often reveal who they truly are when they think no one important is watching. He hesitated, then shook her hand weakly. I didn't know. That much," she said, was obvious. She walked past him and took her seat again as if nothing had happened. But Chase would never forget that moment. The sting of his own arrogance turned back on him in front of the very people he once believed were beneath him. From that day forward, Chase changed. Not because he feared embarrassment, but because he realized the power of humility. And Elena Rosario. She became a silent mentor, not through lectures or judgment, but through the quiet dignity of someone who didn't need to prove her worth. She already knew it. It was everyone else who had to catch up.